If someone says that someone looks at a woman and nothing happens to him, then he requires a psychiatrist.
My question is, what is the best age to get married in Islam? As far as what is the best age, there is no specific age mentioned anywhere in the Quran or the Hadith, but you should get married as early as possible. Our beloved Prophet said, it's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 7, Hadith number 5066, the Prophet said, O young people, whoever has the means to get married should get married. That means the Prophet encouraged early marriage. Marrying early is mustahab, but which is the exact age, it's not mentioned, depending upon the situation. As far as which is the best age, the moment a person reaches puberty, there's no harm Islamically, you can marry. My advice would be that since today we are living in a society and you're living in a country and different countries have different rules and regulations. Most of the country have a minimum age where you can get married. So my advice to you would be, see to it that you marry after the minimum age. Most of the Western countries, they have the minimum age is 16 years. Even in USA, most of the states in USA it is 16 years, but some states like Texas, you can get married even at the age of 14, because there people get married early. In India, the question posed is by an Indian, the minimum age for a girl, it is 18 years. Some countries 16, some countries 14, some countries 18, some it is 19. So my advice to you would be, Islamically it's permitted even to marry earlier, but it is preferable that you maintain the rule of the country. Like in Malaysia also, I think the minimum age is 18, but if you take special permission from the religious authority, you can marry early also. Alhamdulillah.
The Quran in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 21, refers to marriage, to nikah, as a sacred covenant. It's a sacred covenant, a sacred contract between the husband and wife. The Quran says in Surah Rum, chapter number 30, verse number 21, that we have created for you mates from amongst yourselves, so that you may live with them in tranquility, and He has put love and mercy between your hearts. And the Prophet said, anyone who marries, he completes half his deen. What did the Prophet mean when he said that marriage completes half your deen? Marriage prevents you from promiscuity, from fornication, from homosexuality. Only if you marry do you have an opportunity to be a husband or a wife. Only if you marry do you have an opportunity to be a father or mother, which are very important duties in Islam. But for me, the Quran says, the moment I look at a woman, I should lower my gaze, unless she's my wife or she's my mother, she's my daughter. And if someone says that someone looks at a woman and nothing happens to him, then he requires a psychiatrist. I was called for a talk, and a ladies' organization. I always say that at least the front row should be gent, But they didn't do it. So half the talk I gave looking at the ground, and balance half looking at the ceiling. Down, ceiling, up. Believe me, I was in hell. Not because I was in company of ladies. I was in hell because half my lecture I gave looking at the ground, and half my lecture looking at the ceiling. I had to maintain my hijab.